Hello and welcome to my channel, Master the Hoop. My name is Yaz and today I will show you 5 basic stitches that are used in cross stitch. And that will be the cross stitch, the tenth or half stitch, fractional stitches which are 3/4 and 1/4 stitches, backstitch, and French knot. So first we are going to work on the cross stitch. So cross stitch is really a basic stitch and all it is, it's just crosses. So you will go across your pattern, count out how many stitches you need, and you will make a first half of the cross stitch. And then you will turn around and mark and stitch the other half of the cross stitch. So you see when you complete it, it's actually like a little, it becomes a little cross. And that is cross stitch. The next one I'm going to show you is half stitch or a tenth stitch. Half stitch is exactly what it sounds. It is only doing half of a cross stitch. It is also called a tenth stitch, and it can be useful when working on a background or when trying to maybe clouds. It makes a lighter stitch. I have also used it a lot when working on higher counts, like if I'm working on 28 or 32 count. I prefer to use the half stitch or the tenth stitch because the cross stitch just makes it look too bulky. Your half stitch can face either way. So if you are working, it really depends on your pattern and the emphasis you like to put on. As long as you always work in the same direction, it really doesn't matter which one you choose. And that is half stitch or the tenth stitch. The next one I'm going to show you are the fractional stitches. For the quarter stitch, you will actually be making a new hole in your Ada. So instead of going a full stitch to this hole up there, you would actually go through the center of that square. And this is easier done with the embroidery needle or a sewing needle that has a sharp point, because tapestry needles used in cross stitch are blunt and they really do not work well for this stitch. Quarter stitch can be facing in any direction, and it is used for filling in areas and for let's say rounding out the pattern. So because cross stitch is made of basically little crosses, it can look a little bit pixelated. So sometimes we use fractional stitches just to round it out a little bit if you wish. So those are the quarter stitches. 3/4 stitches are in a similar way. You want to go through the middle of your square for your first stitch, and then you will come back at the actual holes in your Aida where you're supposed to go and make the second part of the 3/4 stitch. And that is the 3/4 stitch. These can also face in any direction. And can be done in more than one color. You'll have to look on your pattern and make sure you pay attention to where your fractional stitches are. Again, not the easiest thing. Aida is not made to put the stitches through the middle, but sometimes your pattern will require you to. Okay, so those are the 3/4 stitches. The next stitch we use in cross stitch a lot is the backstitch, and this is used for accentuating different areas, for outlining, and it's a very simple stitch. What you want to make sure is that you are creating a continuous line. These can be worked across 1 or 2 stitches. And they can be worked diagonally as well. The last stitch I want to show you today is the French knot. French knot can be used for a little, they basically look like little dots. And what you do is you want to hold the thread taut with your left hand, or the right hand if you're left-handed, and then you want to wrap it around the needle twice, and you want to go back not to the exact same place where you came up, but just like right next to it. The trick is to keep it taut here the whole time. Then you will just go through and pull it out, and that is your French knot. Alternate, I know French knot is not everybody's favorite stitch. The alternate way is to use beads, and I will cover cross stitch with beads in one of my future videos. But once you get a hang of it, French knots are really not all that bad. So thank you all for joining. I hope I will see you next time on Master the Hoop with some more advanced stitches.